So here we are at the last episode in a series that is a deep dive into an article I wrote for Inside Self-Storage, the skills it takes to be successful at getting in the self-storage business today. It's a different world than it was 5 years ago. The skills you need now are not the skills I needed when I first got going in the business. Let's take a look at the final skill set I think is really critical if you're going to be successful at getting in the self-storage business today and you're a small investor. My name is Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Self-Storage Quick Start Academy. And what I do and what the Quick Start Academy is all about is supporting the small investor who wants to get in the self-storage business and who wants to grow their self-storage business, strategically do so in a way that creates true wealth and a fulfilling career. So as we've been talking about over the last few episodes, if you want to be successful today at getting in the self-storage business, construction knowledge or someone right on the team, immediate team who has construction knowledge is critical. We've talked about how to project preliminary construction numbers. We've talked about the spaces of a construction project on a self-storage site, expansion and conversion. Today I want to talk about what I think is the final piece in that construction knowledge that's a skill set that someone has to have on the team. And it's one that I didn't have, and I had to learn quick, and that's dealing with subcontractors and contractors. How you relate to subcontractors and contractors. Now, but as I've said before, it may not be you that develops that skill set or works on that skill set, but it needs to be somebody on your team. You just don't want to outsource this and forget about it. And up until this point, everything we've talked about is pretty academic. Numbers, how to analyze, how to look at a project. But a big part of success, no matter what business you're in, any business, depends on your ability to relate, your ability to motivate, and your ability to inspire human beings, people. No matter what business you're in, when you break it down to its most basic components, every business, including the self-storage business, is a people business. Now, I know that this business tends to attract people very often who don't relate to themselves as people with people skills. I'm one of them. I get some rigorous coaching a lot from my wife about how to be more related to people, more related to the family. In fact, some of that coaching can be quite rigorous. And as I dove into the construction world and self-storage, I learned quickly that knowing how to relate and how to talk with contractors and subcontractors is absolutely critical. I mean, it'll make the difference very often in success or non-success. See, one of the benefits of self-storage is it is such a low-cost product to build and expand. One of the drawbacks about self-storage is it is such a low-cost product to build and expand. And what happens is contractors very often have much more profitable ways and places they could be at any given moment than your self-storage site. Your ability to prioritize your project, because I'll guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be way smaller than anything else they're going to be doing. Your ability to prioritize your project and have them show up on your site and complete the project is absolutely critical to your success. If you're working with a construction manager, I highly recommend being with that construction manager as they meet the subcontractors, go over the proposals, get the bids, and you want to be looking at how does this person relate to people, and particularly the contractors. I'm telling you, it's absolutely critical. You know, a good bid number is very important when you're working with contractors and subs. But also having them show up in a timely manner is just as important as the number. Very often you can beat them down to the point where your project's a very low priority for them. And the carrying cost and the interest cost of keeping that project going through an extended construction period, believe me, I know. That's way more expensive in most cases than any little bit of savings I could get beating a sub down the last time. So getting a good number from them is important to you. Having them show up on time is important to you. Them getting paid in a timely manner is what's important to them. If you can do that, or demonstrate you can do that, or have a history of doing that, that will go a long, long way in having your job be one of the ones that are priority. Because if they know they're going to get paid and get paid in a timely manner, it makes a huge difference. We've been good at that. We've been bad at that. In one project in particular, the draw process with this particular bank was very formidable. I mean, it was like giving birth every month doing this draw. And it dragged out, and more documentation, and more inspections. And what happened is it slowed down how fast we were paying. And at one point, the erection crew left for a weekend and decided to go to another project. And they informed me on Monday it was going to be 6 weeks before they could get back. So I had to make a decision. Do I terminate them and bring someone else in, or do I wait? Well, we made the decision to bring someone else in, and it was way longer than if we'd waited the 6 weeks. But that was all because on our side of the table, because we had not been paying fast and in a timely manner. And if you're running a crew, you've got to be having cash come in order to keep the crew working for you. My ability to relate and communicate with that particular subcontractor didn't work very well, and we paid the cost. My belief is that all businesses are people businesses. Your ability to be authentic, your ability to relate to people, your ability to take other people's agenda, see what it is, and then support them in achieving it, in my opinion, are critical business skills. They're just as important as the ability to analyze and the ability to know what you can pay for a project. If you don't have good people skills, your business is going to suffer from it. So if you're doing your first expansion project or first construction project, make sure you or someone on your team has good skills, good people skills, the ability to relate to, understand, and motivate the contractors and the subcontractors to put your job as a priority. You do that. You have those skills, along with your analytical skills and ability to find deals and all the other skill sets we've talked about. If you have that final skill set, I tell you, you will be successful as you take these mom and pop facilities and upgrade them and bring them into today's self-storage industry. You develop those people skills, you'll create true wealth and a fulfilling career in the self-storage business. Thank you very much. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer. That's the financial analysis tool we use that's specifically designed for self-storage. If you're not using it, I invite you to explore it at storageworldanalyzer.com. Thank you very much. I look forward to being with you next week.